Remember to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update from FirstCry Parenting.
10. Breastfeeding myths and facts. Every new mother finds themselves the recipient of a world of advice, some sound and others, unintentionally, not so. The trouble one faces when separating the truth from the chaff is that many myths are steeped in partly truthful knowledge. Here are some of the breastfeeding myths to watch out for. Myth number 1. Women with smaller breasts will not produce enough milk for the baby. Fact. Size doesn't affect the amount of milk you produce in any way. In fact, the breast tissue required in nursing your child grows as a response to your pregnancy. Milk production is largely determined by the stimulation of your mammary glands and proper latching of the baby when feeding. Myth number 2. It is normal for breastfeeding to hurt. Fact. Though new mothers may almost certainly experience some tenderness when they have just begun breastfeeding, it should be temporary and not last for more than a few days. Myth number 3. You will not produce enough milk during the first 3 to 4 days. Fact. This is technically true. However, it implies the false notion that there needs to be a lot of milk production during these days. In the first few days, mommies produce colostrum, which is only required by the baby in small doses as compared to regular milk due to its powerful nourishing potency. Myth number 4. You should wash your nipples before every feeding. Fact. This is false. Apart from unnecessarily complicating the natural process of breastfeeding, washing your nipples could also rid it of natural protective oils. Myth number 5. Breastfeeding babies need extra vitamin D. Fact. It is false. Babies are born with a liver rich in vitamin D and also get some amounts of vitamin D through breast milk. Myth number 6. It is easier to bottle feed than breastfeed. Fact. This might just come down to the individual's subjectivity, but it generally should not be true. Difficulty in breastfeeding often arises from a poor start to nursing, where the mother and child are both unfamiliar with how proper latching can be attained. Myth number 7. A baby should be fed every 2 hours, around the clock. Fact. Just like us adults, babies too have their individual eating patterns. This being said, it is true that many babies and moms fall into the routine of feeding once every 2 hours throughout the day and into the night. Myth number 8. Modern formulas are similar to breast milk. Fact. This is false. Formulas are manufactured to imitate breast milk contents, but they do not contain any living cells, enzymes, antibodies or hormones. Myth number 9. Nursing should be stopped if the mother has an infection. Fact. This is very rarely true. Common infections like fever are passed from the mother to her nursing child before she is even aware of having the infection. Myth number 10. If the mother has to take medicines, she should stop breastfeeding. Fact. When breastfeeding, a very small amount of the mother's medication may end up reaching the child, but, as stated, mostly the drugs are safe, and the amounts transmitted are negligible. So, these were the myths and facts surrounding breastfeeding. Do know that breastfeeding is an integral part of the relationship between a mother and her child, and it's important to separate the myths from the facts.